Okay, this is a vintage, probably early to mid 80s Nobilty Kuo Horng 12-inch oscillating table fan. See, this is Nobilty right there. I'm not sure what Nobilty was. I think it was just a generic brand, probably a store chain or some cheap company or some local company. I don't know. I've seen a few Nobilty branded fans before, but they're not super common. But there's enough out there. They're up there with Eastern Electric. It's random. And they're all made by different manufacturers. You'll probably never see two exactly the same. This one is a Kuo Horng manufactured fan. The only difference between this Kuo Horng and most I see is the center badge here is different. And the motor cover is also a little different. It's got light blue blades, even though the camera picks them up as dark, but they're actually more turquoise. They're like aqua blue. They're really nice. Fortunately, some of the plastic on this is also slightly yellowed and kind of crackly in areas. Mostly the motor cover. Tiny bit on the blades too, but the chrome on this is worn off. The grills are actually not too rusty. The inside is actually pretty rusty, but other than that, it's okay. The buttons are okay. There's like a fade spot there. The motor needs some help. It works okay. I've oiled it, I've cleaned it up. However, the motor does tend to run slow when you first start it up if it's cold. It was just on, so the motor's hot. And also sometimes grease drips out of there, so I got to take that apart and clean out. There's probably some notch marks on it. Okay, yeah, only did a little bit because I put oil in the grease in the grease on the gearbox just to rejuvenate the grease because I don't have my grease readily available right now. So I figured that would be okay, and it did help it a little bit, but now it runs slow when you first start it when the motor's cold. So I'm thinking this weekend I'll just take the motor apart and clean it up. You can see the motor cover is different than most Kuo Horngs. Usually they just have the vents, the slots, so it has a little bit of a fancier cover. And the badge there is different. It's kind of a simpler design. Typical. Loosen the thing there to tilt it down. It doesn't tilt quite as far down as my other Kuo Horng does, but other than that, it's all the same. It's a little older than my other one. This one's probably early mid 80s. Here's the bottom. There's also a lot of slack in the oscillation because the pivot right there is severely worn. Of course, it's upside down. Here's the sticker. It actually does have the slots on to mount the damn thing on the wall. And it somehow has all of its rubber feet. It's not in terrible condition. It's not in great condition. It's there. Very powerful. It runs at a slightly higher RPM than the other one. Started on low. It's actually very quiet too and very balanced. Oh, and this one, the other reason I know it's a little older than the other one, obviously because other than the color, because the blue ones were earlier. I believe the blue ones were around first, and then the brown ones, and then the smoky gray ones, and the solid real light gray and the slightly bluish color schemes, they were all around in the late 80s. Like the other one I have, and I have another one that the blades are solid gray. These are solid blue. Usually the blue ones are translucent, or usually they're translucent. These are solid. See, there's an oil port there. And on the other side, inside the motor, there's one there and there. And I put oil in there and it didn't seem to do much. Somehow, even though this thing's all beat up, the piano key switch actually works. On the other one I have, the really nice one that I took a video of in December 2015, piano keys decided to start acting up. And that's why I took it out of use for now. That I needed to clean it, and I decided I'll just wait until after I move to do all that, so I'll just use this thing for now. And here's high. air than the other one. And it runs at a slightly higher RPM. The oscillation. It's a little chuggy too because of the wear on the mechanism. Medium. And then high. So I can get a better shot of the spin down. You can see it does stop from side to side and it sits there for a little longer because of the wear. See, it kind of slams down. I could probably work on that by just putting a spacer in there, which I will do at some point, maybe this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. Nobilty. Definitely a cheaper fan for the day, but not bad at all. Pretty solid. Pretty thick grills, you know. This is proof that Taiwan and China and everything can make good stuff that lasts 35 years. They just choose not to. This thing is... It's a little cheaper and a little lower quality, and you can tell that it is not. You can tell that it was made with the price in mind, but it's still way better than anything you can buy now. And the same goes for most things from back then. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this. Maybe I'll clean it up a little more. It's not gonna be perfect. It's kind of beat, but it's actually. It looks better on camera than it actually does in person, but it doesn't look terrible. If you look at it if you don't get too close, it's fine. If you get too close, you can see there's some tape residue that won't come off. See the plastic here has bubbling on it, and it's faded there. Actually, I think it's faded everywhere but there. Blades are okay. The motor cover has some. Maybe you can see if I get it at the right angle. You see those lines right there. That's just the cracking. Very slight cracking, and if you actually flex the motor housing, it makes a very strange noise. But it's not terrible at all. The gray one I have is way worse. It happens. It was probably in sun, or actually, you know what? I see the sun usually yellows it more. Usually what makes the crackly plastic, I see is more fluorescent light does it. So it might have been used in an office or a shop for a while, and that does it. It yellows it and then it crackles it. It's not really yellowed. It depends on the type of plastic and how it reacts. But hey, it's 35 years old. It's not designed to last forever. Anyway, thanks for watching.